Time for the winner bracket final. Semifinal. Semifinal. Semifinal.
Semifinal. It should be a good one. I mean, HawK definitely has had some issues against Happy in the past, as most players have. But, you know, maybe with some new developments, we've seen Mountain King had some decent success, at least a little bit for Krav. He was playing a little wacky, a little different. Maybe HawK could change some things up. But HawK isn't really necessarily known for changing a lot up. He's normally very by the book, very standard style, very, you know, sticks to what he's comfortable with. But maybe today's the day. And what a day it would be for HawK.
Oh man, this would be so glorious. But to be honest, the major favorite is Happy. You can see it here in the tail of the tape. 86% win rate versus HawK. That is pretty one-sided. It happens quite a bit that best of 5 series between them are over in 25 minutes. But I have seen HawK challenging Happy on this very map that's opening up this best of 3 Tide Hunters with tanks, challenging Happy to the max. So we'll see if this is indeed HawK's day. Both players undefeated, have not dropped a single map. We have perfect conditions. The pings at the moment are 2 ms and 3 ms. It's better than LAN, basically. So let's kick this off. It is Happy versus HawK in the best of 3. Who's with me, everybody?
It's Remo's turn, right? Or is it my turn? I forget.
Me
I
too.
forgot as well. That next. I think it's
Who
Remo
wants
next.
it more? Who wants it more?
Yeah.
Who wants to cast with me?
I think it's me. True.
Wow.
Cho. Last best of 3 here in the upper bracket. From this point forward, we're going to have best of 5. And also the winner here is going to be top 3 guaranteed at least, which is at least $400. Pretty big match right here. And of course, HawK. Yeah. Certainly not the favorite here. I think that's pretty clear to all of us. But he has been in the past been able to make best of 5s, very close between the two, with 2 to 3. He's pretty regularly able to take maps, to be honest, but taking that series, winning that full-out series, that keeps evading him.
You know what? In best of 5s, he has won 2 maps before, and here in this best of 3, all you need is 2 maps, which is of course easier said than done. But I would say that winning a best of 5 is harder than winning a best of 3. It's harder than winning a best of 1. So there might actually be a little bit of a chance here for HawK. Definitely better of a chance than in a full-out best of 5. And if this starts well, there might be something. We have seen Happy before, and he didn't look untouchable, especially in the game versus Craft, which was Undead versus Human.
Yeah, absolutely. Things could be doable here. I also feel like the creep route on Titaners for Happy isn't the greatest. He always goes for the item at the natural, and then that's going to be it. He's going to be pretty low experience, comes over with the first item, and then going to try to steal lasses here. Oh!
Got it!
With the Acolyte and the coil. Well, you know, that's how things can turn out. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh
my God.
Oh my God. What a disaster.
His AM is not level 2. He has to get this last hit. HawK. Oh my God, the Skelly got it!
This is unbelievable! It's no level 2 for HawK, but now, finally, with the skeleton, Happy, the dominant monster that he is, slaughters the workers. This is unbelievable. All he uses is a DK and skeletons and an Acolyte. This is not supposed to do so much damage, but in the hands of Happy, a wallflower turns into a weapon. This is so crazy.
A player's forces are under attack.
Did he get every single last hit from this camp?
I think so. Everything that
HawK
he
got
attempted.
max 1. He got 1 with the Acolyte, 1 with the Skelly, 1 with the coil, and maybe 1 with the DK.
So
that was ridiculous.
He got 2 with the Acolyte, actually. If you F9, he got 2 with the Acolyte, 3 with the DK.
Oh my God. You know what? You don't need a perfect creep route if you just kill every single creep of your opponent.
He actually stole every single last hit there. That is just completely outrageous. Ooh! HawK in rough waters right now. Continuing to lose more skellies. Happy this time with the backpack, not something he does too often anymore, but does seem to make a lot of sense here. One more peasant. Oh, not yet gonna go down. Nice little save there by HawK, but the DK is trying to block him. You can surround him now. Oh yeah, there was a little window there to get the surround perhaps. But the DK is gonna wiggle out. The dead goat gonna bring him back home and ooh, sweet bejesus. Happy when he crept his own natural there, when he got the item. That was 30-something XP, I think 32 XP. The rest was all steals and kills.
He's close to level 3. Okay, this is also a wonderful feature that we see on the maps of W3Champions. This is it, man. Acolyte killed this, Death Knight got 2 hits, Acolyte got this one. Oh my god, 5 freaking last hits. And HawK, how do you get level 3 now? Is the turtle enough still?
Not quite. Needs... Or is it? Oh, it's close.
No, 5.
One more skelly will be enough. You should be able to get this one. Fiend's trying to get the tower cancel. He got the tower cancel here before, which means still no arcane, still no mana drain, still no damage against these skellies. And he's gonna probably get the next cancel. AM finally level 3. Alright, you know, that's what we call the silver lining right here in the very dark formation of clouds that we have up ahead. Level 3 DK.
Yeah, you said in the game against Colorful that National Geographic should make a little documentary about the surviving skills of HawK, like Bear Grylls-esque. If he survives this game and wins, they need to make a monumental movie about him.
Yeah, they need to make a Bollywood flick out of it, you know, where HawK is just the hero and just like tossing out cars and just doing 2 backflips, no, 20 backflips in a row, going over to the girl and she, you know, starts swooning. You know, I never watched Bollywood movies, but they seem like a lot of fun. Pretty wild.
Yeah, if not for the
Wild
singing,
stuff.
man. It's kind of like
Wild
musicals. Wild stuff happening here as well. Again, so many skeletons. I think it's time to remove the nickname Necromancer from 1 to 0 and give it to Happy, because he's just the best with World of Necromancy. He's the best with the Dark Ranger.
Yeah. He is, yeah. He has become quite expert at a lot of things concerning Warcraft and especially undead.
Oh my god, dude, this harass continues and it's still 5 skeletons.
How many peasants died this game, man?
I don't want to
It
know.
must be a stupid amount.
I don't want to know.
There's still no tower standing at the expo, dude. This is ridiculous.
And now there's 3 fiends. We're on tier 2. Lich is out. It's not getting prettier.
He's in a good position, though. Should be able to defend these towers, but there's no defend yet, which means they get sniped real fast. DK doesn't have a TP anymore. If he gets a surround and the kill here, maybe something's doable.
Come on!
Trying to block him in. I think he's stuck here.
Okay.
But he's not taking that much damage.
Exactly. The surface area isn't the biggest. You can't attack with peasants and footmen. This will take forever to kill this DK. Archmage and Water Elemental help, of course. But that is a hero kill for HawK. Finally, something
Nice.
is going his way. If this Archmage survives as well, which he does.
But again, Happy makes it as expensive as possible. Buys enough time, cancels the towers, puts the AM super low, kills more footies, kills more peasants. Yeah, it was a hero kill, but it was a costly hero kill to grab. And the DK's back from the tavern just like that.
Yeah. Must feel bad. Oh, he's trying to surround again. Doesn't really work. He puts a lot of damage onto that statue, which is nice. Tries to surround the Fiend, which doesn't work. And Archmage has no shop nearby. Can't really heal. Castle Tech has started. But the Archmage is dead. That's supposed to be game. HawK's still in this, though.
Yeah, HawK just started the MK, so can't even start the Archmage right now. He's broke. He's gonna have to go for a tavern revive. And now he has to defend with purely footmen against 40 supply Happy, which means he's gonna take more damage. The tower falls. Oh, Jesus. I think the writing's on the wall.
Time to wave that white flag.
Brutal beatdown.
Yep.
By the So far, undefeated W3Champions finals winner, by the way. Happy has won every single one of these tournaments. And the last one, he won without dropping a map. That was the highest prize pool one to date, with $6,000, of which Happy got the lion's share.
You know,
And he's leaving no question at the moment who is the dominator of Europe.
I have a question though, Remo. If you play against Happy, and you expand, and you see that DK is coming and the Scout Acolyte is still here, shouldn't you focus all your attention onto that pesky Acolyte?
Yeah, I mean, especially here in hindsight, it does seem that way, but also Happy's going to move it properly. It's going to be hard to kill it off. The AM's going to have to use a lot of attacks. It's going to take you probably 10 seconds to kill that Acolyte, which is more time for the DK, so there's a consideration for both, but yeah. Considering what happened, I guess it does make sense. GG.
That was a vile annihilation, as we like to say in the biz. That was quite the game from Happy, from the 5 last hits to the staying on tier 2, actually. That's kind of interesting. Like, often you see them get the 3rd Ziggurat and go for more heavy Fiends before eventually taking to tier 3, but Happy pretty much stayed tier 2 that entire time until the game was essentially already over, till he had already killed that Archmage the first time. Then he teched to tier 3, but a cool strat from Happy, and he just keeps the pressure on, and why not, man? That was that showed how their series normally go, honestly. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, a hell of a game. Masterclass Haraz. Masterclass support coming in from Tripkey, gifting the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. High five for that. A Heron also with a gifted sub. And I Stomp Gnomes with the Prime sub. Thank you very much. Yeah, do you guys got a silver lining in this whole shebang for me?
Motivational
Can't get
speech,
much
maybe.
worse.
He killed the Death Knight. That was not bad. What's the next map? Although it doesn't get any better. I don't know.
I think
what?
Lost Refuge is in.
All right. Well, that's probably not going to be any easier. I don't know. What does he got to do, Remo Demo? Motivational speech right now. You're coach in HawK. What does he got to do?
I mean, it's honestly just play cleaner. Pressure the DK right away. Don't allow the last hits to happen, which of course isn't easy. But you know, the mistakes that he made against Colorful, where the early game was shaky, you can't make those mistakes against Happy. He's just going to punish you way, way, way too hard. It has to be perfect first creep camp into second, into third. Honestly, Northern Isles, I think it's looking better and better for humans nowadays. If you go for the Tuskar camp first, and then Little Greens into Expo, could be a lot better. HawK has been able to do it before, but it's just... once that first mistake slips in, the game is basically over. So just clean up your play and eliminate the options for mistakes. Like, maybe take care of these Acolytes, for example.
Yeah.
And just play, you know, turn it up a notch. That's what he needs to do. Turn it up a notch to be able to play on the same level as Happy.
It can all come down to that initial harass. And like a lot of you guys probably all noticed, there was almost full health on that Death Knight after that harass, too. You really got to be putting more damage on that DK. You got to be pressuring the skeletons so they don't get a ton of value. There just needs to be, yeah, it all comes down to that expansion harass going better for HawK. So, yeah, clean it up is probably the best way to put it, for sure.
Well, let's see if HawK turns into the cleaner or if Happy makes things dirty again. Map 2 Northern Isles, match points. Okay, Northern Isles second map. Happy owns every single square meter of Northern Isles. He built a house there, he built a villa there, he had a nice garden that he gardens himself. He just feels super mega confident and comfortable on this cold map.
Yeah, it's his favorite map, but honestly, I don't think that's a big reason to ban it against him. If you also feel like it's a playable map, you can very much go here. And Happy has been losing a lot more maps on this one recently. The one that was most spectacular probably was against Foggy, where Foggy was able to win the late game here with Mass Dryads. That is, of course, a different matchup. But also, Happy has been losing against humans here at times. It is normally not so hard of an expansion to creep. And in the late game, if you have triple hero, you can find some camps to go towards. But first you should try to get to the late game, which is what wasn't even possible for HawK on map 1.
Okay then, HawK is not following in the footsteps of Krav and Blade, who all tried to play Mountain King against Happy. It's still Archmage. HawK always... Yeah, he's not the most experimental player, to be honest. Yeah, sometimes when he reaches tier 3, he got some tank plays here and there, but that's the first difficulty, like reaching tier 3. Also, very little one-base player from him, but I was about to say, this time he gets rid of that Acolyte. Not that he's so far away from the creep spot anymore, but at least damage on that unit so he can't steal your stuff away anymore.
Yeah, speaking of tanks, we've been seeing quite a few more of those recently from Johnny Cage and other undeads, other humans out there. But Happy is also really good at defending those with perfect movement, scouting, meat wagons, and so on. Speaking of scouting, Footy sees what's going on. Normally, it's very predictable what the other is going to do. Take out 2 green camps, get level 2, and then run across to harass. HawK is going with the old school creep route, just green into expansion, not Tuskar green expo, which means getting that level 3 on the AM is not going to be too easy this game.
And the Water Elemental is down as well, won't help with the creep here. Deny on that Acolyte, so no extra XP. Happy, as you said, follows up with the Murlocs, has already 4 skeletons, this will be more. And yeah, the creeping itself is not the problem, unlike Tide Hunters, where Happy was right in his face after not even an entire creep spot. This makes it so the Archmage gets a comfortable level 2, but from now on, nothing is comfortable anymore.
Backpack again for Happy. It seems like this is something he's been incorporating more into his play again. Slows down tier 2 just a bit, just by a few seconds, but gives you more aggressive movement by the DK right away. Full mana DK. Skellies are loaded up. HawK, of course, knows his attack is coming in. Very good positioning, protecting the peasants in the back, and both players with excellent items.
Also a bouncer here in front to keep the skeletons away from the peasants. Happy will of course find a way to reach. Goes for the scout tower first. There is a lot of repair at the moment, and this scout tower at least is up. Doesn't turn into an arcane tower immediately, and this of course means there was a lot of attention from the peasants onto that tower, which is not going onto that town hall. And here is the feed. Oh, did it pass? Yeah, new rod, so new skeletons.
Which means one peasant's going to go down, but this is a super good defense so far by HawK. The bouncer play, the footies blocking, that's what Blade, I believe it was, showed first. Yeah. And HawK here executing it to perfection. Happy only getting 2 peasant kills. That is outstanding. That is tremendous for HawK.
Is that enough, though?
Well, it's better than the first map.
It is way better than the first map, that is for sure. And yeah, a little bit of momentum going his way. Happy also not sharking around. He bought a second claw this early in the game. This Lich is gonna be an absolute monster. Can someone call Rotterdam that we got a super Lich on the rise?
Yeah, super Lich quickly in the making. Once he picks up that ore, but even before, going to provide a lot of damage. And the Arcane Tower already finished. This is about as perfect of an early game as you can hope for from the human side. However, as mentioned before, AM still not quite level 3. If the DK stole the Huntsman here, this would be quite painful. But it's a bit more experience going to HawK, and it's just barely enough for that level 3 with the few skellies that he got as well. Going for the boots, I like that. And there's so much that HawK can afford now because of the few peasant losses. He could attack right now already.
Okay, hope he's not slipping in macro. Maybe that one peasant finishes and then the tech comes in. Interesting approach to go for the push now. The slaughterhouse far in the back. Maybe he was hoping that with 2 water elementals he might be able to cancel that or delay that. But that's not the case. Also Footman far away from the undead base. So Happy doesn't have to worry about too much, but this is not the state of the game where the undead has to worry about anything in general. He only has to worry about making as much damage as possible, and that is absolutely not happening.
HawK falling back. I think it'll be really smart for HawK to just stick around here. Don't fall back to your side of the map. Don't go into this defensive posture again. We've been seeing a lot of humans recently be very successful with footy run-bys, or just the threat of footman run-bys. by his claws of attack himself, by the way. Even he appreciating the damage.
I love it.
But this is where HawK and Chimiko are different. HawK now committing in with the footman. Before he has defend, this is going to mean a lot of footmen going down or losing health. You could also just use them defensively and threaten something. But I guess especially with the DK low HP and the AM's right clicks, this is looking so much better for HawK.
I really love this claw, and I really love that HawK learned to put damage on this DK, like Blade did so much. Like for me, Blade against Happy is most of the time the gold standard, and he's doing it so well. And this is how you create space. This is how you prevent damage. Again, this is the second time I say this in this broadcast, Nice and I. Sometimes offense is the best defense. Now, speaking of defense, defend is ready. And not only is the DK super low, goes for the Lich as well.
There is a statue out now, though, and that changes a lot. That one fiend dropping low HP, but mana potion the DK. And this is where HawK might be overextending.
Yeah.
Pushing into the main base, into Blight, into double towers, into statues. It's really hard to find that perfect balance of how aggressive you want to be and what's going to be too aggressive. And I would say this was a bit too aggressive, losing 2 more footmen than necessary. 2 footies isn't the end of the world, but it's a big difference whether you have 5 footmen or 7 footmen.
Very, very true. Also, creep speed will be reduced. And yeah, usually these footmen soak up the Nova, which then in the end might end up on something else. DK not level 3. This should be Happy's priority. I guess Clarity running or Rejuve Potion running. Tier 2 finishes. MK. Tier 3. More towers, more workers, lumber upgrade. HawK is spending his money big time.
This human tier 3 is faster than the under tier 3. That is unheard of. This is the perfect game for HawK. All down to the early game. The perfect harass defense. Really, really well done by him. Because Northern Isles has been played so many times over the years against Happy and against everyone else, humans have really figured out how to do this super well. And HawK. Honestly, I don't want to... It's always dangerous to sound so final, but he basically has to win this game. If he doesn't win this game, he wins no games.
In before Archmage dies to a Coil Nova soon. This, we've seen this before. I mean... Well, Nova was missing, but it's like, get out of my face, man. Lich is able to creep. Happy's multitasking is good. So the mask for an undead, the dream on top of the already existing mana region thanks to statues. MK comes out, double barracks, double workshop. Good old Knight's Gyros, eh?
Shout out to Insup. I bet he's loving seeing this one.
Insup X.
Yeah. Insup X. Yeah, I love this one. I think Night Gyros is by far the best transition you can have. Breakers have a place in this matchup, but my opinion, not before there's Banshees. And oh boy, will Banshees be late. HawK now with an opportunity to counterattack.
Okay, there's plenty of mana now, of course, for Coil, so the Fiends can actually tank some damage. At what cost? Instantly town portaling. Doesn't block the way, might surround something here. Not getting it. Unholy Aura, of course, a blessing now. Oh, actually, Fiend in front. MK, wiggle out, my friend. He does.
Everything's going right for HawK this game. He even saved that TP.
Don't jinx it. Please.
Farm production has to start now. And look at that. Tier 3 rather finished. Can start the Paladin right now. And can pump out Gyros and then soon Knights. HawK just needs to stay on top of his macro right now. He got through the most difficult part of the game. This is where things are supposed to get easier.
He still needs to find some time to level. You're not in shallow water until there's a level 3 MK, level 2 Paladin. And the Archmage is dangerously hurt. Could need a priest or, you know, a little bit of healing. Happy has such a strong Fiend force. It's ridiculous. Getting the middle of the map as he still has the power spike. But, oh! There is no gyro, Remo. There is an instant tank.
Oh. Okay, now, this does make sense on one hand. He knows Happy's tier 3 is delayed by a long time, so there is time to go for tanks.
Oh my god, dude.
However, this is going to weaken his army. This means Happy will still have full map control because without gyros, HawK cannot fight. Which means Happy's still going to be able to bully on the map. Now, most undeads are going to take a lot of damage from tanks, but Happy is so stupidly good at defending them that sometimes they just seem like a failed cost investment.
Oh my god, dude! This inventory! Are you kidding me? Big mana potion, Sobi Mask, Mana Stone. Wait, he consumed the Mana Stone, I think. But he had a Mana Stone at one point. The Claws, and now we go back to good old Pit Lord play. Haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, this is what made playing tanks pretty hard in the past. Oh, no Arcane Tower in front, so he can't even mana burn the Pit Lord right now. TP in from HawK. He has to fight at the expansion. And these tanks that he made are absolutely no help here for him to fight this.
Can he force a town portal? There is actually no town portal for Happy, but it's only one tank out. He gets, oh my god, lightning shield on the Pit Lord. The damage on the knights is absurd. Pally, staff, Pit Lord dead. Boys are coming. Will Happy be arrested here? Destroyer up in the air. No anti-air except these water elementals.
Didn't make gyros, can't kill these destroyers at all. One tank arrives in the main, but the ghouls can easily deal with that tank. This tank choice might backfire here for HawK, but he's pushing forward, still has lots of damage. The militia call was excellent. The flank was wonderful. Should be able to surround that one fiend and take it out as well. Frost Armor going to lay that, but not going to prevent it. And now the gyros are coming out. HawK still with a huge army left.
Oh my, but for how much longer is the question. Water elementals can be dealt with. How much damage is Happy taking in the main is the question. Another knight for fiend trade. DK in trouble, has no TP as I said. Second game, second kill, and HawK takes the map off of Happy. When has that happened the last time? I can't remember. Was it even this year? Was it even this decade? I don't know. But HawK with the clinic on Northern Isles.
Well done. Like that was just a solid game from HawK. He definitely cleaned it up. We said it's a lot of it's going to come down to cleaning up that initial harass. They both got good items. Like HawK definitely got some nice items for defending that harass, but they both had great items. Happy had like infinite mana, it seemed like at the end, but infinite mana does not matter if you lose your Death Knight. And just a nice game from HawK. He seems to be playing very well today. Like the first game, of course, on Titaners was a little bit rough because Happy did Happy things, but HawK is playing super solid, and maybe is today the day. Is today the day?
Wow. It's unbelievable. I'm shocked. How was there no way back for Happy? There's always a way back for Happy.
You're not wrong. It always seems like he'll get in those positions and then it's like, oh, he killed both heroes and he just wins now. That seems to just be the consistent story. No matter how far ahead HawK is, he always seems to not find a way to lose, but Happy finds a way to win. It didn't happen there. So I don't know what the difference maker was, but it was definitely a very, very clean expansion. The macro was nice as well. You guys pointed out the tech timing. He didn't slip up on his peasant macro. He didn't slip on his tech timing. His heroes were out immediately. He got a lot of value with the footman. Just everything went right for HawK, and it was full credit to him. He played really, really well the whole game.
Yeah, Happy could have played this late game differently. He decided to go for the push, which is basically all in with the Pit Lord. Maybe he didn't realize how fast the human tech was. It's very unusual to see it this quick, because just basically no peasants went down in the early game. And then there were 3 knights and a whole bunch of militia ready to defend. If Happy plays it more slowly, makes a meat wagon, makes some more towers maybe, gets ready for the tanks, it just creeps up the whole map, that would have been a way still to win that game. But he went in for the attack, and then he also was like attacking around the corner at the expansion, so he couldn't fall back towards the middle. He got trapped with a TP. And yeah, Happy's late game choices there, perhaps not perfect for once, but he was far behind already. It would have been really tough to win that game. Just HawK having a stellar early game, and that's how different, especially like I see this so much from humans nowadays, especially with Chimiko. I've been seeing tons of Chimiko games recently. If the early game is super clean, there's going to be a strong tier 2 and late game follow-up. But if things crumble early for human, oh boy, are you going to be in trouble.
I actually looked it up. Last map win of HawK was in June, so not that far off. Also last time in winter, of course, when it was a 3-2. Our next map is Amazonia, and this is rough. Like, it seems like HawK thinks that expanding is a must, not like Johnny Cage, who played a bit of one base. And AZ is so hard for expanding, especially against Happy.
It can either go very well or very poorly. Of course, it you know, you can't really get a lot of coil last hits, but the issue is, of course, it's just difficult to creep for the human overall, so they can lose not a lot of experience in coil last hits, but a lot of experience in peasants lost. And also you can mess up that footman pull, which is actually much trickier to do than it looks, but I doubt HawK's going to mess that up. So, you know, it'll really, again, it's going to come down to the initial harass. Is HawK going to get the pull? Is he going to get a nice item from that rock golem? There's a lot of things that could go Happy's way. We've seen humans lose, you know, 10, 12 peasants on this map before. We've also seen them get expansions up with only losing a couple of peasants, like what happened on Northern Isles. So we'll see. We'll see. It all starts with where does the lightning shield go, though, of course. So let's, like, first things first, let's see how the lab goes.
That's very true. It's very true. By the way, I don't want to know how many channel points just got burned from this one map. That was some deflation there. Ooh,
oh my God.
There was a lot of channel points just wiped out. Thank you, Jenny, for the host, by the way. Much love, man. I have to catch up with Tier List Thursday yesterday. Saw the result, but need to know your explanation. Jenny Prenzenberg, amazing Melee streamer and variety streamer, I might think. Speedruns, Donkey Kong, and just a great guy overall. And apparently is not AZ because HawK vetoed that.
Same diff though on Concealed Hill. Can definitely either go very well. There's always a good shot for the undead to get the last hit on the big creep at the expansion. It's also a very difficult expansion to creep, but it's a very long rush distance for the Death Knight to get over, and Happy a lot of the time, of course, prefers to creep a big camp first, so he's going to creep his orange. So again, it could either go very well or very poorly. You can lose 12 peasants here. You can lose 2 because the DK shows up just a couple seconds too late to get any real last hits. So same idea. AZ and CH are very similar in that regard with how the harass plays out normally.
Might have a little bit... Oh no, we don't have a delay anymore. We got our deciding game. HawK, can he take the first series off of Happy in... Oh my god, when was that actually? He's so close right now. Last time was in June 2020. 1 year, 2 months. And he's as close as rarely before. Was a little bit of a break. I wonder if that got Happy thinking. If that got to him. It's a situation where he's rarely in. Facing the lower bracket. Unbelievable, man. Okay, so it's not gonna be as dominant as Season 6 was, where he didn't drop a single map. Clean sheets are dirty. The decision in the Winnerbracket semifinal. HawK versus Happy, CH, Game 3. Whew, feels good. Feels good.
Yeah, most certainly for HawK finally to be able to get that win again, even if it was only on one map. That's always going to be a nice confidence booster, just to remind you, yeah, man, I can do it. Yeah. Whereas he has failed so many times before, so often it was a 2-0 and 3-0 as well. This was a very clear case of if the early game is super clean, everything's possible. Just need to make sure that Expo comes up at a good time, you don't lose too many peasants, and then a tier 2 transition and into tier 3, into those powerful knights and gyros can absolutely lead to victory. Now, that's the good news. The bad news is we're now on Concealed Hill, where the expansion is gonna be a lot harder to creep. Once you've crept it and you set up the tower, maybe you can even block it with a footy bouncer. It's a bit harder here, but it's doable. But cleaning it out in the first place is quite a bit more challenging.
What's harder, cleaning the CH expansion or cleaning your room?
Oh, bro, I'm gonna send you a new picture from under my bed. It's gonna be a clear answer.
That's where the gates of hell is located, right?
Not precisely. Well, you remember in the show Dinosaurs, where there was this hole into the underworld below the baby's bed?
Yep.
Sort of like that.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, that gave me nightmares for actually years.
Yo, man, what great
That was
series.
one scene to traumatize an entire generation.
Also, the freaking drugs they got, dude. They had some spiked berries or something. For a children's show, that was pretty brutal. But hey, let's see how brutal this early game is gonna be. Archmage starts off with the Ring of Protection. Must feel good. It's about every little tiny thing that makes this early game good for HawK now, as the ripple effect in Undead versus Human is so crazy, as you guys pointed out. HawK takes the early tier 2 creep route and then into Expo.
Getting Cloak plus Circlet. All right, decent items. Circlet on both sides over here. Happy gonna once again play with Backpack. First Fiend here a bit delayed for him. Quite a bit delayed, actually. That Fiend could have been a lot faster. That's a slight macro mistake by Happy, who is showing a few mistakes here and there today.
And okay, Acolyte is down. That's a great sign for HawK, if we remember Tide Hunters, where Happy stole 5 creeps. And again, Archmage positioned offensively, gets a little experience and gets fireballs onto the DK. Already down to 2/3, already going into the orange HP range. This camp is still super hard. There's still a lot of mana, but how long can Happy hang around if the pressure continues?
First last hit here is big. Can he prevent the coil? No, he can't. Coil gets the level up to level 2. That's huge. More HP from the level up and also from the aura. And this is very well done by HawK. Just 1 footy and the AM constantly putting damage on the DK.
Yeah.
He has really figured out how to play this well, but still, it is Concealed Hill. It is going to be painful. Peasants are going to die.
Oh my, Crystal Ball. Oh, that feels bad. HawK has an emote ridiculing the drop whenever it happens. Happy was, by the way, 2 mana away from the next coil before the Overseer died. Now skeleton galore. There's still 4 peasants here. It's not perfect, but it's not bad by any means. And the most important thing, HawK got level 3.
Yeah, this is totally fine, honestly. Game 1 was a disaster for HawK, the early game. Game 2 was perfect, and this one is kind of average. This is okay.
I love how Happy wanted to heal at the fountain, but HawK was chasing with the footman, waking up the creeps, so Happy has to walk all the way home, has to invest into, oh, not even a ritual dagger. Just rots and creeping.
Yeah, that means HawK now can play very aggressively if he wants. This is a totally fine early game for HawK. And all of this comes down to Happy's Fiend being late. The first Fiend was at least 10 seconds late, maybe even more. Had that been there for the harass earlier, this would have been a lot more scary. That, plus of course, the excellent creep and defense by HawK. He's really showing up here on map 2 and map 3, and is making us perhaps dream that this might be possible for the human.
Gotta be careful here to not get surrounded. Love this timing. I'm a big fan of canceling tier 2 buildings early. Happy still has a TP, has to invest into a potion. Archmage taking a bit of damage. Can he delay the slaughterhouse? 4 footmen still here. Archmage in trouble, summons another water elemental, put some damage in. Here's the potion, there's the coil. Gotta be careful here. But moves away. The boot saving lives, and he gets the slaughterhouse.
So far has not lost too much for this. 1 footy going down. A second is going to follow. So Slaughterhouse cancelled. Portion forced. 2 footmen dying. Okay, it's probably going to be 3 footies dying in the end. That's all right. But okay, it is quite a bit of experience now stacking up on the DK. Suddenly he's level 3, which is going to open up the door again for lots of issues. Oh my god, the Slaughterhouse has to be cancelled again.
Perfectly calculated, maybe a little luck with the damage rolls, but couldn't handle the 2 water elementals that the Archmage Brave, when he was just at 100 HP, left behind for exactly that. And we talked about ripple effects for the human if you lose too many workers and footmen early. Same for the slaughterhouse. If you don't get your statues out early, you will be low on mana, maybe even low on HP. But so far, everything is nice. HawK with a deny. Excellent.
Lich Nova certainly can lead to some kills. We see the aggressive coils coming in as well. Happy having to cancel so much, has a surplus of gold. Lumber was the issue. Went for a mana potion. And is again delaying the tech by a long time. Happy. Sometimes he plays a super greedy tech. Sometimes he plays a super delayed tier 3 tech. You never know with him. But with his tech delayed once again, he's banking on doing damage here. Cancels the shop. Kills some footies. But not having the statues right now makes things a lot more difficult for the end.
How long can he keep this pressure up? HawK is getting another shop, is getting defend. Can't produce any footmen at the moment. DK has 2 more coils probably, even without the statue. Lich is not getting the last hit here. Man, HawK you are pretty impressive today. This one will probably... No, not fall. 6 saves. Feet low, lich low. Has to go for another coil. That was the last one for a while.
Really good hold here so far for HawK. Of course, the footies are going to suffer. He needs to get this shop up and ready. And finally, it did finish. Going to be able to heal these bad boys up now. Problem is, they're so low, they're not even going to be fully healed with that Regent Scroll, but it's going to help.
Okay, good value here for sure. A little bit of experience for Happy, obviously. Thanks to Water Elementals. That Blacksmith cancelled but soaks up damage, which is not ending up on army or workers or anything. And Happy has to be so conservative with his mana. The lack of statues absolutely noticeable, but they arrive now.
First statue gonna be there in just a second. It's here now. All the Fiends did survive though. And the thing is, even if the Undead has a rough early game, and this early game wasn't rough, it was sort of like average. I would say slightly HawK favored early game, but it's still completely playable. But at some point, the Undead's gonna have 50 supply. At some point, there's gonna be Orb and possibly Triple Hero and Destroyers and maybe Web. And at that point, the Undead will be powerful. It's up to the human to get ready for that moment in time, ideally with his own tier 3. MK is coming out, tier 3 starting now. Now we're counting the seconds until it's finished for the Knights.
Defend is ready, trying to aim for that Lich. Maybe a little too ambitious with the DK having 2 coils ready. HawK is pulling back. Castle Tech started. Mountain King almost out. Castle Tech a little delayed compared to map 2, but the MK will provide good crowd control, good damage, a lockdown. And now he has to wait and hold on for this Castle Tech to finish. Another Clarity to give him another Water Elemental Destroy attack. Should soon be started, and here is the MK. Usually a relief for the human for a bit.
Yeah, that means finally there's some kill threat. If the Fiends are hurt, if they're out of position, you can kill something, especially if the DK is low mana. But Happy has been really good here at preserving his mana count, especially now with the statues. There's going to be lots of regen coming in. Tier 3 for Happy finished, Destroyer form starting. And now the question is, what is he going to do? Is he going to go for Pit Lord once again? Is he going to try to go for Banshees and creep the whole map? That's also something he's been doing before. Lots of options here now for the Undead.
We get the second Drax, we get the second Workshop, or the first, okay, but double Workshop it is. Aiming for the Lich once again, trying to force the coils, here we go. And HawK was investing quite a bit, especially in the mana department for this defense. Boots of Speed on the Mountain King transition, okay. The next power spike for the Undead is coming. Destroyer upgrade coming to fruition, is almost done.
Happy still has both options available. Going for a third Ziggurat, not going for a Temple of the Damned. So it seems like Banshees are not going to be in the cards. But also can't add in a Pit Lord here without going into upkeep. Ah, he's got it already. Never mind.
Yeah.
There's the Pit Lord. Now we know what it's going to be. He's going to try to bust this expansion with Rain of Fire.
Okay, do or die for the Emperor. Rain of Fire number 1 ends up on Footmen, not on Towers, not on Peasants. I would say that's rather good, but MK gotta be careful. Could be nuked soon. Is he running out of range? Can he reach the shop? He's turning around. Get the boots. Ooh, and the potion. Life-saving Archmage. But yeah, still holding on to dear life until the Gyros are here, which he's going for this time. No tanks. And until the Knights arrive. Tier 3 is done. The Archmage in trouble. Another potion.
Yeah, having the Workshop at the expansion, that's a bit risky. They can easily get webbed and killed here. That's not what you want. You want to pool them and only go in when you're fully committing with the Pally, with the Knights, with the Militia and everything from the main. Of course, it's about seconds here. This tier 3 tech just finished for HawK, but he doesn't have the benefits yet.
Orb, ready. Paladin, started. Knights, coming. Flag cannons. Whoo, that was a close one. Heals up a little bit with the Dispel. Mountain King in trouble. He would love to have that Paladin here. It's not too easy. Nova Staff! 6 saved by HawK once again. Just holding on to dear life. Gyros are coming in. He pulled quite a few, but they're getting webbed immediately. Takes care of the towers. The guard tower is already down. Arcane being repaired by a lot, but of course this is good. Damage from the Destroyers, from the Pit Lord is diving deep. Arcane not attacking him. Maybe it was the Lich. I'm not too sure. Archmage now. Can he escape? He's next to the shop again. Are there even potions? They might be out of stock, but he saves himself for a little bit longer and the Knights arrive. Will there be the saving White Knights here?
He needs to call the Militia. Finally, they're coming in. Perhaps a tad late for HawK. I didn't want to have them with the Knights, but some Fiends are falling. The fact that there's no statues left is noticeable. Shout out to Ente. This is the Ente cosplay right here. No healing anymore left. The Destroyer's also quite hurt. The new statue comes in from the main. That is the lifesaver for Happy, who's stuck in the back and is going to have to TP out. Can't fight the Knights and Militia at the same time. And HawK holds at the expansion.
Whoa.
Heavy losses, but he holds.
Woo-hoo! Knights in shining armor, indeed. HawK is alive. 3-1-1. Mountain King actually got 0 experience. Paladin got some though, as the Mountain King was close to the base, but was staffed and benched. HawK with Animal War Train. Destroyers are very hurt. Pitlord gonna get close to 2. This is greater mana, of course. No, Web of Mana stealing. Interesting. HawK is scouting a little bit, doesn't get too close to the Fiends to not get webbed. It's time for some items and, of course, more army. HawK with a double income, needs more towers, needs to rebuild the towers, getting upgrades as well. He's firing from all cylinders now, but is that enough?
Yeah, this is interesting. HawK is macroing up. Happy's getting stronger by creeping heavily. He gets level 4 DK, which is huge for the level 2 aura. And also Warsong Battle Drums, really good right here. Gyro scouting things out. HawK can't fight yet.
Nope.
He needs more units, ideally also more levels. Level 2, maybe for the Paladin gonna become available, but he's still super far away from those level 3s.
Man, Happy is catching up in value. Now the item is here. Big mana potion for once, going to HawK. What can this MK, what can this Paladin do with this? Pally should be safe. There's no devotion aura. He wants to keep him up with Divine Shield. Archmage has a TP. Happy is knocking on his door again. Only one tower finishing here. Floodgates open.
HawK wants to creep one more camp before making it back home. He does have some time before the Town Hall falls. Of course, all mining prevented here for a bit. Would love to see him pull back all the militia to the main and then call the militia and TP in at the same time. You really want to overflood with everything if you can. Oh, but the Town Hall is dropping low. He's being forced to TP back already.
Oh, one worker still up. Okay, we got rune braces. We got a bunch of gyros, but nice positioning by Happy. The gyros have to cross the Fiends. They're all getting webbed, so it looks okay. On the ground, Knights are storming to the backline. We even got illusions here. Happy doesn't really know what to target at the moment. DK far in the back. Here comes the coil, saves that Fiend. Can HawK do it? Militia are coming. Destroyers, 2 of them, super hurt. Rain of Fire actually hurting that Fiend a lot. Level 4 Archmage. HawK at 58. Fiend gets surrounded. Everything super hurt for the human. I'm not too sure if he can do it, but he got the supply lead at the moment, and Happy on the way to retreat. This expansion might pay off and might stay alive here.
Happy barely won the air battle, but the ground belongs to HawK for now, taking out more Fiends as well. Big mana potion used, looking for more kills. Can't take out those heroes though. Yeah, he can kill Fiends, but killing heroes, that's a different story.
Yeah.
More and more units are going down. HawK needs the 2 base income to support his production.
4 destroyers,
and
man.
again, the peasants are going to be exposed.
4? How do you deal with these 4 destroyers? The gyros, they were gone. Air superiority. Nothing really does damage to them. He needs to pull these gyros. Happy is diving on them. Can't reach at the moment for a coil. Can he in return win the ground battle again? Trying to snipe these statues to get that regen finally away from him. But the coils are always there, as it seems.
And you have to be very quick with the gyros. They do outrange the destroyers by just a bit most of the time. But here, if they get targeted, we can see how quickly they go down. Destroyers miss the attack sometimes, but not always. DK, 1 coil left, maybe 2. Paladin getting focused. Next, got the Divine Shield. Gonna use that first. Statue, saved once again. 5 destroyers up in the air.
But
it's gonna take a lot of gyros to deal with these.
But there's no statue. HawK was again focusing the statue super early, so Happy was forced into morphing this without getting too much regen. Lich has 1 Nova, DK has barely a coil, and I think that's worth more. Oh, Pitlord level 3, by the way. Jeez.
This is a great move by Happy. He's creeping up the fountain for more experience and for fountain healing, and still pressuring the peasants at the same time, limiting the income. He's gonna have to fall back. He's gonna get the big item here, Quel'Thala's boots. Not the best, helping the Lich a bit, but not by much. Experience here for Happy. Is that gonna result in a level up? Possibly. This DK is super close to 5.
4-3-3, soon to be 5-3-3. HawK is not ready. Not level 3 on the Mountain King. Not level 3 on the Paladin. Another round of gyros. Get 1 destroyer. Can he snowball with this? Insane web micro, of course. But does he have enough Fiends? Doubtful. Oh, but HawK, are you overcommitting to this?
Thing is looking good for HawK. All destroyers are out of the fight, and the ground's still looking decent with the Knights.
3-3.
Hero focus now becoming dangerous.
Pally needs
3-3
to reach.
levels. Yeah, that's huge.
It absolutely is. What did the gyros do? Did they take care of these destroyers? I see one in the air. There must be more, aren't there? Yeah, in the main, but the gyros are coming in. HawK, will you micro this? Ooh, there's 10 supply. That's 10 supply right here. Happy splitting, but one goes down. Obviously no. Oh my god, these gyros.
HawK is on the cusp of winning this now. He's got the big army, he's got the level ups, he's got the expansion still mining. It was so close, man. It was ultra close. But in the end, Happy's pressure not quite good enough. And now, plan B for Happy, hero levels. DK level 5, gonna be available in a moment. Gyros, perhaps a bit over-eager. Some of them getting wept, some of them getting killed. Lich level 4 also about to be online.
Oh my god, look at this swing in total value here. But here it is, 5-3. Level up. Gyro's still doing a lot of damage. There's just not enough fiends. HawK is so good in taking the anti-air off that the destroyers can't drain anymore. Absolutely fantastic. Divine Shield on the Paladin once again. Now it's the hero focus on the undead side. Coil, of course, used. Statue on the ground, but there is no fiends. Destroyers aren't an option anymore. He just can't get the numbers out. Here's the Stormbolt. Here's the Surround. There's no Staff. There's no TP. There might be an Invul Potion that he can pass, but I think this Pit Lord might not see the light of day here. No. Hero kill for HawK, and we're getting closer and closer to a major upset. A Todd can't contain himself anymore.
Yeah, this has seemed completely impossible, at least in Europe, but honestly anywhere for a long time. Happy just doesn't lose to humans. Until today. Until now. HawK in a magnificent position. 66 supplies still left. Good hero levels. Could go for more farms. Knights, gyros are gonna work once again. Once you get to this state in the game, they are super powerful and Happy for once. Not able to kill the opponent before.
Not yet. Okay, we'll see. This game, the fat lady ain't singing yet. My heart rate is at 1,000,000. HawK is doing a good job chasing these statues away, so they're not with the army for a long time. Happy still has one trick up his sleeve, and that's Banshees, and they're coming.
A player's forces are under attack.
Master training though is still very far out. And HawK, knowing how far ahead he is, he can easily go to a third base, grabbing that right now on the high ground. And the thing is, if you're far ahead in hero levels, Banshees can win you the game against Knights, certainly. But this is 4-4-3 on the human side as well. He's about to level up 2 more times. These Banshees are not going to be the end-all, be-all, as sometimes they are in other cases. Stormbolt looking for the surround again. If the DK dies, this game is, of course, over. Invul Potion transferred, not needing to use it yet. So much mana on this Mountain King. He's chasing with the boots and the Stormbolt, looking for the next surround. Trying to counter-block. It's really hard to see what's going on. The gyros in the air, making things hard to read.
So close of dying, but Happy found the coil here. Gotta be careful. No one has a TP. Holy Light! Stormbolt! Kill on the Lich! Level 5 and 4. GG! Happy falls to the lower bracket. Unbelievable. For the first time in 14 months, HawK defeats Happy.
Dude, come on. Really? He played so good, dude. When's the last time Happy's even... I don't even remember the last time Happy lost a series, yet alone to HawK. When did he lose... Like, when was the last time Happy lost a best of 3 even? I don't remember, man. I don't remember at all.
I'm pretty sure that was DreamHack Fall versus Exort in the group stage.
Like, what the hell, dude? That's so crazy, man. I know he lost with Night Elf. He lost against Blade with Night Elf like 2 months ago. But come on. That is such a crazy accomplishment for HawK. And, like, it just goes to show how dominant Happy is. That this is, like, so unexpected. Such a crazy performance. Like, not even just beating Happy right now. HawK's performance through the entire day has been crazy, dude. He played so well tonight.
Yeah. Look at the people he defeated. Chimiko, Colorful, Happy. Like, it doesn't get much better than this. The best human in the world, possibly, against a WGL winner, against the dominator of Europe. Like, I don't know. HawK, the best example, I guess, in the world that you have to go through peaks and valleys in life. Nothing can only be always good, you know. Sometimes you're gonna feel a little shitty, like HawK was in DreamHack when things really weren't going his way. But holy shit, what is going on today? HawK, absolutely amazing play. And hopefully he can keep up this performance for these 3 days and also beyond that.
To be honest, going into this tournament, I think HawK was a big candidate for a first round elimination.
Oh yeah, agreed. Like with how he's been like talking and where his motivation seems to have been recently, but I mean maybe he's been grinding for this tournament. Who knows? I don't know how much he's been playing. I don't know how much he's been streaming. Has he been practicing for this? It seems like he has, because he's just been holding on. Like he's just been holding on with an expansion and footman for like the last 7 games, whatever it was. He's just been holding on. It's so crazy, but he makes it work. So many times he seemed like he had lost these games, especially against Colorful, and he just wins. He just won. It's so crazy.
We just burned 3 million channel points in 2 maps.
Yeah, someone's rich now. Someone's loaded.
Oh my god, where were you people when this happened? And it's so cool that he didn't make this one mistake, that he didn't lose the Archmage, even things were kind of critical at some point. Every single move made so much sense. The gyro movement, he was pooling them the entire time. He didn't send them in one by one as so many times before. He was waiting until he has the necessary amount. Even when he didn't, the Knights were doing the job on the ground, always taking the fights to take out the Fiends to prepare that next gyro ambush. Oh man, HawK, I'm so happy that you got out of your slump and one of the biggest wins in 2021 for sure. And what an upset, man. W3Champions. That absolutely delivers here. Sick day one.
That's quite the highlight. Quite the highlight. And, Happy is so good. We're gonna be talking about this for months. So congratulations, HawK, because we're literally gonna be quoting this series probably in like October. I swear to God.
Yes, absolutely sure. Oh man, this bracket has just been shook, and everybody in the lower bracket feels real sad right now. But man, what an incentive for everybody to just win through the winner bracket tomorrow. We got, holy shit, 20 gifted sub by Kleine Schildpad. Absolutely amazing. Expert Smiler, thank you for the sub. Glicko, Peanut Butter Pancakes, 9 months. Lovely. Yeah, this was a series for the ages after this disastrous Tide Hunters, man. I can't wait to see more of HawK.